Hey, welcome back, folks. It's Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Born on this date in 1923, country music singer-songwriter Hiram Williams of Mount Olive. Kinfolks back then pronounced his name Harm. The world just called him Hank. It's Constitution Day. It was on this date in 1787 that the Constitutional Convention delegates signed the newly drafted United States Constitution. It was ratified a few days later, and the First Amendment and the rest of the Bill of Rights didn't come until 1791. Today, let's talk about drones, a detention center, daycare THC exposure, and teachers in trouble for sounding off on an assassinated activist. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Here's a reminder that there are more and more eyes in the sky, even if they're not supposed to be looking at you. A Huntsville resident brought up a concern last month at a city council meeting regarding drones, policing, and spying. That is, the resident wanted to know whether drones are being used by police to spy on folks. Huntsville City Councilman Bill Kling says no, reports AL.com Scott Turner. Now, Kling said he's had conversations with Police Chief Kirk Giles. He said many of the drones you might see zipping around over Big Spring Park are not police drones. He said Huntsville police drones, a fleet of 20, are not looking for traffic violations, and they aren't being used for surveillance. He indicated the drones are used at a potentially dangerous scene, such as police answering domestic abuse calls or gunfire calls. They've also been used to track suspects from crime scenes, investigate burglaries, and aid in search and rescue efforts. Huntsville's drones have been flying since 2019. The jail in Baldwin County is back in the immigration detainee business, reports AL.com Sarah White's Kodacheck. Federal regulations have been changed to allow for detainees to be held at the jail for 72 hours. An agreement with Immigration and Customs Enforcement will allow the Baldwin County Corrections Center in Bay Minette to hold up to 10 detainees at $80 per detainee per day. Baldwin County Sheriff Anthony Lowry said the jail is expanding, and later this fall it should be able to hold more detainees. If anybody actually needs information that tells them not to expose children to THC, well, you better listen up. AL.com's Joseph D. Bryant reports that a Jefferson County jury awarded $660,000 in punitive and compensatory damages in a case where a mom was suing a daycare center over her 9-month-old daughter's THC ordeal. The lawsuit claimed that the 9-month-old suffered from an altered mental state, hypothermia, and mental anguish after being exposed at Baby Duck Academy in 2022. Now, THC, of course, is the drug in marijuana. According to the CDC, infants and children can be exposed to THC through secondhand smoke. And studies have shown a relationship between people using cannabis in a home and children in that home having detectable levels of THC in their systems. Now, how much the team of researchers were paid to determine that was unavailable at deadline. Plaintiff attorney Eric Guster said another child in that daycare center was also negatively affected on that day. Well, at least one Alabama school teacher has been placed on administrative leave over comments related to conservative activist Charlie Kirk's death. And State Superintendent Eric Mackey said teachers who sound off on social media could end up violating the code of ethics for an educator, reports AL.com's Rebecca Griesbach. Mackey said inappropriate, reprehensible, and inexcusable posts by at least 3 educators in the state have been brought to his attention. Said Mackey, quote, "Educators, like all Americans, have a constitutional right to the exercise of free speech, but they also have a professional responsibility to be dignified, moral, and exemplary in their public behavior." Well, we have every confidence that this audience can keep its opinions between the lines. So, free speech is as wide open as we can possibly make it. So, if you have an Alabama hot take, just leave us a voice message at 205 304 1814. We might be able to get it on this show. Thanks so much for listening to us. We're going to be back here again in the morning. Until then, y'all come see us anytime you want to on the internet at al.com.